Hey, good morning to the Giver Marketing Mastermind group, where we walk through with our business owners through 4 steps that produce massive marketing results. Our goal is to dramatically improve your ROI, your return on investment, using the Giver Marketing Blueprint. We meet every Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. Pacific time. And there are a total of 4 sessions. We're going to be talking about session 4 today and reviewing the entire Giver Marketing Blueprint. So you're going to get session 1, 2, and 3 as a point of review. And then you're going to also receive session 4, which is conversion. And you'll learn more about that in just a minute. As we move along here, again, it is the Giver Marketing Blueprint. It's a 4-step strategy, a 4-session strategy to review your marketing and to make sure that you're hitting the return on investment that you want in your business. So whether you're, whatever industry you're in, these principles will help you evaluate your strategy and improve your results. All things being equal, we do business with people we know, like, and trust. So that means that marketing and business in general has a building block of knowing, liking, and trusting people that we interact with. And it's the same vice versa. If somebody wants to do business with us, then they would want to definitely build trust with us. So at the end of the day, when it comes to marketing to your target audience, you're in the mode of building trust from the very beginning, okay? Without building trust over time, then your marketing efforts become very difficult and very expensive. All right. So as a point of review, if you can remember these 3 words, clarity, creativity, and consistency, you're going to be head and shoulders above your competition. When it comes to marketing your business, clarity, creativity, and consistency are the 3 C's that you want to evaluate constantly and make sure that you're being clear with your marketing. It's easy to understand. Many would say make sure that your communication is at a 7th grade level, so a majority of people in your audience can understand it. Even if you're speaking to a different demographic or a high affluent community, you still want to be very clear in what you're communicating. You're easy to understand. That way, in this busy world, if you just come across something that's clear, then you won't be frustrated when you're trying to understand what the company does, okay? Creativity, that means you're standing out, you're memorable, you're able to bring a little bit of your creativity to the conversation, to your marketing efforts. You want to make sure that you're not boring. We see 5,000 advertisements a day, ladies and gentlemen, so we want to definitely stand out if we can. Consistency. Try to communicate to your audience weekly, monthly, consistently. That's the power of some of these publications that you'll see out in the community. Oftentimes, it's not as much just the fact that you have your ad in a print piece somewhere. It's that print piece comes out consistently, that you're gaining traction. In the online world, which we'll talk about later, you can still get a rhythm on when you post your social media posts, when you put your advertisements out, how long they're running. Just make sure that you're consistent with your marketing efforts, okay? Doesn't mean you spend money where you're not getting return on investment. It just means be consistent, especially with what is working, okay? All right. Here's the blueprint: branding, visibility, promotion, and conversion. I love walking through this step-by-step process. These are the pillars, if you will, the puzzle pieces that if you put them together, these specific aspects of your marketing, if evaluated in this order, can produce massive results. And it essentially creates a system for your business that generates more leads, more emails, more phone calls, more conversations, more prospects coming in so that you can generate more revenue at the end of the day, which we'll talk about a little bit later. All right. Our brand represents the sum total of experiences found in the marketplace that equate to how you have carved your reputation. Michelle Van Otten gives us one of the best definitions of brand or branding that I've seen. Branding is not just your logo. It's not just a business card. It's not just the imagery, even though it includes the imagery. That is literally just one piece of your brand. When we talk about experiences in the marketplace and your reputation, let's talk about the 5 senses. As a point of review, session 1 was about branding, okay? And so with that kind of that backdrop and that understanding of what branding is, let's evaluate our brand periodically based on the 5 senses. We call it sensory branding: sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch. If you can look through all of your advertisements, if you can look through all of your interactions with potential clients at networking groups or online or over the phone or however you're connecting with your audience, make sure that your imagery and the language that they're seeing is consistent. It's dialed in. It represents what you want them to understand, experience, and ultimately even feel about your brand, okay? The sound, the quality, the confidence, the ability to get on the phone and confidently speak to them, not with a bunch of noise in the background, but with a very good experience. This produces confidence in your audience, okay? If you're trying to take phone calls while you're driving and there's jackhammers and road construction happening behind you, then ladies and gentlemen, find a quiet room, call them back, schedule an appointment. I actually recommend scheduling phone call appointments in today's busy world, just how people kind of leverage their time and how that works. Depending on your audience, you might want to consider that. The smell, taste, and touch. The experience that your clients and customers are going to have when they walk into your shop, when they walk into your office, when they meet with you at that coffee shop, when they meet with you at that restaurant, when they connect with you at that networking meeting. Make sure that those represent your brand. Don't invite people to places that are going to be a turnoff, that are not going to represent you well. Okay? Not only dress for success, but consider the 5 senses when looking at kind of your image and your brand. Okay? What's your story? And again, this is just review. So what's your story is really a question about what's your background, what brought you to doing what you do now, why are you so passionate about helping people in this way, why would I work with you? So if you can tell me your story in 30 to 60 seconds, I'm much more likely to work with you and your organization. Even if you're part of a larger corporation, I want to know your story. For example, I'm the founder of Giver Marketing. My name is Timothy Morgan, and I was in the nonprofit world for 15 years. I had a small business, a home maintenance business, where we ended up growing quite considerably, ended up serving 1,000 customers. I ended up buying, selling, building other businesses along the way, but I quickly found that the nonprofit world was a place that I loved, where I loved helping people, but I really wasn't a good fit for that particular situation that I was in long term. So I kind of had a come to Jesus moment where I was evaluating where my strengths were and what really what God would have have me to do with my talents, and went through a very difficult time several years ago and just kind of evaluated everything. And at the end of the day, I realized, man, I love helping businesses and nonprofits and churches and organizations and community leaders with their marketing, with their messaging, with their really with their branding and their visibility and promotion, and really how to turn leads into prospects, which we'll talk about more today. But my story is that we ended up starting Giver Marketing as a way for me to help others develop their marketing efforts and get a real return on investment. I was tired of people getting ripped off by marketing companies that promised the moon and asked for large deposits, retainer fees, just huge retainer fees on the front end, and then the results were poor at best in some cases. So we really love what we do. I love what I do. I'm a marketing coach. We have marketing coaches on our team now that help businesses across the country really dial in their marketing efforts and make sure that they're getting results. And so that's my story. I love helping people in this type of training. Okay? Visibility. Can you be found? This was a conversation we had a couple weeks ago, and it's session 2, where we discussed, okay, when somebody finally looks at your brand and says, I want to work with them, and let me check them out online, are you easy to find? Even if you have some basic elements in place online, like website, and you're listed on some directories, and your blog is out there for people to see for years to come, is that something where they can just type in your name, maybe the industry, the city you live in, and you'll pop up? You're able to be recognized visually or by your name online. Are you consistently connecting with folks in your community? How are you visible? How do people find you? It's not random. There are strategies to make sure that you're more visible than the next company, than your competitors, and so we want to encourage you to be extremely visible. Some folks I talk to that are trying to build really their own job will say, well, I don't really want to be found by everybody. I just want a few people to find me, and really that's a difficulty in learning how to say no to maybe folks calling that aren't a perfect fit for your company. Okay, so we want to get over some of these fears of saying no, and fears of rejection, and these kind of things. You definitely want to know your target audience, but at the end of the day, you want as many people as possible to be able to find you and go ahead and shoot you an email or connect with you, and you can always refer them to somebody else. Okay. Google, Facebook, LinkedIn, some of these social media platforms and review platforms where people can learn more about you without having an hour conversation. Now, you want to have that conversation eventually, but it's okay. 89% of people will go online before making a buying decision anyway. So let's make sure that when they do go online, they find you and some good stories and good reviews and good information that is up to date about you. If you want to find out if you're listed on some of these major directories, then go to givermarketing.com and click on the Tools section and look for the visibility test. Givermarketing.com, click on Tools, and you'll see a visibility test there. Or if you want to go straight to it, you go to givermarketing.com/visibility. We oftentimes will give this as homework in our second session under our coaching program. Okay. Reputation. Your reputation is a part of your visibility in today's modern world. It's no longer I hope people trust me kind of a scenario. It's really, hey, I would want some people to say some kind words about me, give me some reviews and recommendations online, so that when other folks go online, they see that we're a 4 or 5-star type company. Okay, we want some of those ratings and reviews to be very prevalent. A Giver Marketing Network and the Giver Marketing team is the highest rated and reviewed agency of coaches in the United States currently as we speak. We hope to continue to be at the top of that list, and there's a reason for that. It's because of the approach that we take. We actually care about your results. We guarantee that you have results. Otherwise, we would not be in business. Okay? givermarketing.com/the letter G, the word box. Again, givermarketing.com/GBox will give you a tool. If you select option 2, I believe it is, to be able to generate a one-click link so people can give you a review for your company. As long as you're listed on Google My Business, you will be able to generate this really amazing tool that should help you basically give a link to your clients and customers for a quick, very easy way to give a review on Google. Okay? Locations and signage, maps, banners, wraps, and lettering. These type of traditional elements of your visibility, where folks can find you on maps. That is physical maps, it's digital maps, it's GPS, that's everything. Make sure that you're listed properly so that people can find you. Okay? Banners, wraps, and lettering. Make sure it's clean, clear, and simple. Make sure it's very easy to read. The handwriting that is difficult to read can be clever. The tiny writing can be kind of classy and cute, but really just make sure people can read and understand what you are writing on your vehicles, on your buildings, and wherever your banners and wraps and lettering are. Okay? We want to keep it classy, but we definitely want to make sure people can read all of your signage. All right? Good. Session 3 was about promotion. That was last session. Inform your audience, engage them, and then give a clear call to action. And when I say call to action, it's literally a phone call, an email, some kind of next step. They can click on something. Basically, you're informing your audience, so that means your monologue is happening, whether you're creating awareness. These are like mass emails, your blogs, your print, your radio, any type of one-way communication is very much a part of your marketing, but we don't stop there. 80% of your competition will, but we won't. We will encourage you to engage your audience. So once they do give you a call, once they do give you an email, or maybe they respond to something that you put on radio, which we'll talk about in a minute, we want to make sure that we have a really good follow-up system. We want to ask good questions. We want to make sure that when you're at these like events and training sessions and everything that you put into your messaging is very much open to conversation. You want that dialogue to begin happening. And once you're able to ask those great questions or interact with your audience, then we need to give them a clear next step. There's nothing more frustrating with when you're interacting with a potential business or a business that you want to do potentially do work with, and they basically give you so many options, or it's so confusing on what the next step is that you don't know what to do. It's paralysis by analysis. You're given too many options. You're it's not clear what the next step is. So we want to make sure and make that next step clear. All right. And when we're promoting, we want to look at potential ways to get our message out there, right? We want to look at advertising mediums. We want to look at systems that we can put in our company that would produce results. We want to have those phone calls coming in, the emails coming in, the messages coming in so we can respond to them. The way we do that is we look at something we call the report method. This is really just a checklist for you to say, okay, I've tried this, I've tried this, I've tried this. Let's evaluate the results. Referrals, events, print, online, radio, and television. That covers about 99% of the advertising that you want to do. Okay, there's some outliers, there's some unique ways to promote your business, but referrals, events, print, online, radio, and television are going to cover a majority of what you'll ever want to do when it comes to promoting your business. You want to have a target audience where you're advertising to them in one of these ways. Report, R-E-P-O-R-T. Good. Hey, quick note, when a company considers referrals as their main marketing strategy, there's a couple things to consider there. And I don't mean to be offensive to anybody. I just want to be real with you, okay? As a business owner, you want to go beyond your warm market when you're marketing, okay? If you're just in business to create your own job, then referrals only is just a fine way to produce marketing results, okay? You would just have to really zero in on it. Now, if you're looking to actually build a business that is a sellable asset that you can pass on to either the next generation or the next person who's going to run that company, and you're able to actually leverage that, all that hard work, you have to have marketing that is beyond referrals. Now, don't get me wrong. Referrals are a huge part of any business's success, okay? But if you're only relying on referrals, what you're really saying is I'm frustrated with my marketing and sales results because I've been hand-delivered these recommendations, these introductions, and I don't really have to work at fighting for market share or producing a sales process that is smooth and easy for people to follow, okay? In some cases, companies or people who have created their own jobs are happy with their results. Maybe they're in retirement mode. Referrals are fine in those situations. But I would say this, make sure that even if a majority of your clients are coming, and customers and clients are coming from referrals, make sure it's a system that every time you do it the same way, in the same place, same timing, and ask for those referrals consistently, okay? Referrals are important, but we recommend if you're actually building a company that should be about 20% of your time and budget. Depending on your industry, it's going to be a little bit lower, a little bit higher, but that's about the average, okay? Referrals are gold. It's the best place to start. It's the low-hanging fruit. But if we want to go beyond that, then we want to look at maybe going to some events, being a front-of-the-room speaker, having a booth at an event. Whatever industry you're in, make sure you're bringing value. You're getting contact information and you're following up quickly, okay? You're not necessarily there to sell right away. You're there to set up that appointment. You're there to make a connection with your audience. Make sure you speak to 10% of that room that you want to make sure and speak with, okay? That goes for those networking meetings, those business networking meetings as well. All right, print must be extremely targeted and simple. Can you track the results is the question I would ask with print. If you cannot, then do not spend your time on print. But if you can track the results, give it a shot. We partner with several companies that are great at targeting on the print side of advertising, okay? Online, social media, whether it's a post or a message or a Google or Facebook ad, we want to make sure that we have our online presence dialed in. This is probably the best way to leverage your time, is to get some good online advertising going, and you can test them. We like to A/B test our advertisements online. $10, $20 here, and $10 or $20 over here. Which one performed better? How many calls did we have come in? We're seeing as if you put some hard work on the front end, your online advertising can really be a good place to generate leads. Okay. And by the way, when you're sending out those emails, don't send out spam. Don't just send out a mass email saying, "Hey, do you want to do business?" Make sure and produce some kind of value that you're giving to your audience. Great. Radio and television, we already covered all this, so I'm just going to rip through this. This was last session. Bring high energy, try for interviews. When you're on the radio, go live on Facebook. Turn that radio interview into a TV, almost like a TV experience. Okay? Create your own little channel, right? That's what Facebook is. It's your own channel. That's what YouTube Live is. It's your own channel. That's what Periscope is. It's your own channel. So whatever medium you choose, we're finding Facebook Live is probably the best currently, because so many people are on and able to connect with you that way. But you basically turn your radio experience into a fun, interactive basically file that you can share and reshare, and people can interact with you. It's just a great way to leverage that 20 minutes of fame, and we encourage you to do that. If you have the personality for it, get on the radio and go live on Facebook. Television, same type of thing, but tell your story. Include that call to action. Get the video file when you're done. That television appearance could be leveraged and used for years and years to come. We've had some clients that take our recommendation and just they hunt and find the right person to get that video file. They rip it right off the internet just to have it because for their own personal, promotional reasons. And we want to encourage you as a business owner to grab those video files so you can kind of trim them up, repurpose them, send them out. We sent them in emails before. We've sent them in social media posts. You can turn them into kind of PR pieces, and we encourage you to do that. Okay. So again, referrals, events, print, online, radio, television. The acronym is REPORT. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about turning those leads into prospects and ultimately into sales. A good marketing funnel produces leads, and a good sales funnel produces what? Revenue, right? So let's not confuse the two funnels, though. Marketing, it's getting folks to that front door, okay? Sales is inviting them in and really getting to the details of whether or not they want to purchase your product or service. If you think of it that way, they're very different pieces to the flow of generating a sale, okay? So a good marketing funnel is what we focus in on. Marketing funnel is your pre-sales communication. It's focused on trust building, okay? You generate leads and prospects by having a great marketing funnel. That's what we do as marketing coaches, is we help you build that system, that funnel, that, okay, folks are coming to you. Well, now what do we do with them? All right? Or we want to promote our business. Once the phone calls start coming in, the emails start coming in, how do we follow up with them? How do we nurture these leads and turn them into prospects? What's our follow-up system? We recommend at least 7 marketing moments that you put into a system. 80% of sales occur after 5 trust-building interactions, and the key is after 5 trust-building interactions. So as a marketing system, what if we had 5 or 6 touches or moments that we engaged our leads with, and then they turned in and we nurtured them into a real prospect and see if they're a good fit? Well, here's how we would do it. We would have the introduction, and this could be an online introduction where you're generating leads online. This could be in a networking group. This could be a friend or family, a database, a list. This could be any way that you were able to introduce yourself or they were able to introduce themselves to you. That's a potential connection for you to follow up with, right? So don't sell anything when you first interact with somebody in that introduction. Tell your story and then get contact information, all right? Brief email. As soon as you meet somebody, send them a brief email. And this is, look, either over the phone, online, in person. Just connect with them. Tell your story. Make sure and don't sell anything. And get their information. Make sure you have it correct information. And then send them a brief note through email saying, hey, great connecting with you. Like to learn more about what you do and dig a little deeper. Really enjoyed our conversation. And then end with a question. Are you open to a follow-up meeting? Are you open to a coffee? Are you open to a 10-minute phone call? Are you open to connecting next week at that event? Are you interested in connecting with me and meeting some more business owners? Ask a great question that would benefit the audience, to benefit the prospect, benefit that lead, okay? Ask them a question that creates dialogue. This is a part of our engaging element of how we would promote and convert leads to prospects, okay? Once you sent that email, why not just click around, find them on social media, and connect with them? Look, if you're an introvert, go to LinkedIn and connect with them there. If you're more of an extrovert type personality, leverage your Facebook page as well. Connect with them there. As long as they're not creepy and weird, connect with them and see if they would be somebody you would want to do business with. Maybe even if they don't want to do business, maybe they know somebody else who would want to. Friend request them, make comments, share their content, kind of dive into their world for a few seconds online. It doesn't take that much time to do that. And with our mobile devices, we can do that basically on the way to the car, after a meeting or right after a phone call. You could do that within a few seconds, okay? So connect with them on social media. And then give something of value. Bring your A game. As you're nurturing this group of people that would potentially be a good fit for your company. Now we're assuming that these folks are still in your funnel, in your pipeline, because that you're finding that they might be a good fit for the company, okay? If that's the case, once you get to this point, this is where most people give up, okay? Give them something of value. Give them a physical gift. Give them a Starbucks card. Give them a recommendation. Give them a referral. Give them some information. Give them a resource. Ask them, is there anything I can do to help you in your business or even on a personal level that you're looking for? Can I help you find some folks that would maybe be a good fit for your team? Help you recruit? There are so many ways to help people that it's just a matter of asking good questions and then giving something of value. Something they would remember, something that they find interesting and valuable to them, okay? Good. What's the next step? And by the way, just to let you know, these steps aren't in any particular order with the exception of the introduction. The rest of them, you can really mix and match and put them in a different order, but here's the key, ladies and gentlemen, be consistent. Whatever system you build, try to stay consistent with that. When you meet somebody, Do it in an order that makes sense to your rhythm as a company. And do you have to do all these? No, but the percentages go through the roof if you can connect with people 5, 6, 7 times. So why not put it in some kind of system? Invite people somewhere. Look, it doesn't matter what industry you're in. It doesn't matter what company you have. You can invite people into your world and connect with them. All right? This works for real estate agents. This works for lawyers. This works for construction contractors. This works with home improvement, any kind of real estate profession, loan officers, mortgage professionals, and private investigators. We've worked with nonprofits. This is a great follow-up system for a church or a nonprofit. This system works. We use it in our company, and it works because it's genuine and it's trust building. All right, step 5, or module 5 if you want to put it that way, because it can go in many different orders. But our step 5 is to invite people somewhere. That could be a business meeting, a church event, any kind of special event, especially an event where you're speaking or you're kind of headlining or you have a booth at an event, or if you feel comfortable inviting folks to even a social event. These kind of events tell people, hey, you know what? I like you. I want to build some trust, and I want to connect with you, and I find you to be safe. So we're going to go ahead and invite you to some places that we're already at. Networking meetings, Chamber of Commerce meetings, any kind of business or social event that you would want to get to know them a little bit better. And then they can get to know you as well. Personal note, the lost art of the personal note. Now, there is a power in sending just a handwritten thank you note, a handwritten birthday card, a little birthday card with some handwritten note inside of it, some kind of follow-up note. This works, ladies and gentlemen, especially if it's in some kind of colorful envelope or something that looks like a, you know, something special outside of the norm. Send those notes. If you're more of a text message person or a social media message person, send those birthday text messages out, those social media messages, private messages that are not public. They're basically, they're private notes, they're personal notes that say, hey, I'm paying attention to you as a person, as an individual. This is not a mass communication. I'm noticing you. And this is so powerful because in this day and age, people are so lonely and forgotten in our busy lives that if somebody just pays attention to them, they will find that to be extremely comforting, caring, and very powerful in making a connection. They'll never forget you for sending a little note like this, okay? Now listen, I will recommend, there's a lot of social media messages that come through on birthdays. I recommend going early on the birthday notes. If you know somebody's birthday's in any given month, send them a birthday note early in that month. Kind of get a jump on everybody else. If you're sending out Christmas, you know, holiday cards and things like, go early, go Thanksgiving cards, and kind of lead the pack. Okay, get a jump on everybody else. You'll be surprised how that stands out with your audience. Okay, a phone call. A phone call is extremely powerful. Let's not forget the almighty phone call. And some people put this at the front of their funnel, and we actually have been experimenting with this as well. But don't forget about the phone call. No long voicemail messages when you're following up with people through phone call. Okay, leave a message like, "Hey, it's Timothy. Had a quick question for you. Give me a call back when you get a second," and then give the phone number. And give the phone number twice. Make it super short. If they don't check their messages, or they don't know who you are, or they don't like you, you're probably going to get more phone calls back just by leaving a short message and respecting their time than anything else. Ask good questions when you're on the phone call, and then again, make sure you have an easy next step that's already planned out before you even dial the phone. Before you even get on the phone with that prospect or that lead, make sure you have a next step in mind. Like what's a desired outcome here? Do you want to have another longer phone call? Do you want to connect with them online somehow in some way? Do you want to meet up with them for coffee? Do you want to have some kind of face-to-face conversation? Don't spend an hour and a half with somebody without having some kind of trust-building interaction first to see if it's even a good fit. Okay, I remember the days in the beginning days of being a marketing coach. I would sit with folks and give them just great advice and consult with them and encourage them for an hour and a half at a coffee shop, and come to find out they just really weren't maybe the best fit for what we were doing. Now I made great friends and made some good connections and referred them to other folks, but at the end of the day, you want to definitely leverage your time. Nothing more powerful than the quick discovery call or 10 or 15 minute seeing if it's a good fit type of phone call. Okay? All right, let's wrap up with the sales funnel. Now, we are not a sales training organization at the time of this recording. Okay, this is not what we zero in on, but we get so many questions about what do we do once we kind of get them through the front door and the marketing's working so well. We have so many clients. We have clients saying, hey, we got too many leads coming in. What do we do with the ones we have? And we have companies that are doing several $1 million. We're helping with their online lead generation. We have other companies that just started a couple of years ago. They're doing over $500,000 in revenue. We're helping them market to the labor force and recruit good team members. They have so many leads coming in, and it's more of a question of how we handle these leads and nurture them properly, and then ultimately convert them into sales. So that's why we have this little tiny session or piece of a session at the end of our conversion training. Okay, so let's wrap up with this. What's a sales funnel? It's post-marketing experience. After the marketing's been done, now you have the right to see if it's a good fit for the services or products you offer, and then literally ask them for the sale. Now we're going to take this down to the most basic level, okay? This is not a complete sales training. That's not what this is. This is just an awareness of where marketing ends and sales begins. Sales funnel is post-marketing experience with a commitment and a transaction that will occur, okay? And it leads to revenue. A good marketing funnel produces leads, and a good sales funnel produces revenue. Remember that, okay? They work together, but they're not the same. When it comes to sales funnel, what you're really looking at is asking some great questions, fact-finding, talking about some features and benefits, and see if it's a good fit for the client, and then you're literally asking them, would you like good, better, or best? Do you feel like this is a good fit for you, Mr. Customer? Yes. Great. These are some of the benefits that we discussed would help you save time and make you some more money, make this process smoother or easier for you, here to help you improve your results, that kind of a thing. And then you go into basically a good, better, best. Well, what's good, better, best? We've all heard this language around sales, good, better, best. What is it? Well, good is think of it as almost like a tripwire, okay? It kind of just gets the process going. It's the entry level product or service. It's the most basic level. It's the minimum level that you want to help somebody get started with your company. It's a low cost option, okay? And I would say that if it's if it's several $100s or less, then you're probably at the entry level. Depending on your industry, it could be $10, could be $100, could be a couple $100, but usually most industries, at least that we work with, are a couple $100s or less is a good entry level product. It's a good offering, and it's a good basic service that they can offer. This is called a tripwire. This is also considered your good offering. Okay, what's better? Good, better, best. What's better? Well, an upsell is better. If you want a mid-level package or a mid-level product or service, this just opens up the conversation to more bells and whistles that might be a good fit for this particular customer. Okay? And we say customer because they're going to be a customer. We're going to ask them for the sale, and they're going to say yes, or at least a good percentage of them are, because our marketing has been dialed in so well. We're literally going to just ask them to consider this mid-level package. More of it, it's when there's more available. If the good fit is there and the budget's available, and you've kind of assessed their needs, fact-finding, the strengths you can bring to their situation, the problem you can solve, the features that are available to help benefit them, how that benefits them, how that basically either saves them time or makes them money is really the end of the day. That's what most people are looking for. Okay. Good. Premium offering. This is your best solution. This is your largest package. This is the grand offering. Okay. This is your highest level. This is your top drawer deal. This is what allows you to really bring your A game. Everything you got is going to be in this premium offering. Okay. So, for example, Giver Marketing, we have 3 coaching options. We basically have our group coaching, we have our one-on-one coaching, and then we have a higher level marketing director role, which we actually bring in a team to your company and help you really direct your marketing. And we become that interim marketing director team so that you don't have to burn through 5 or 6 or 7 marketing directors to see if they're going to produce results. We guarantee results. We're on a month-to-month basis, so that creates a real leverage for you as the business owner. All right. So the good, better, best. We have an option that's several $100s. We have an option that's $1,000 or more, and then we have an option that's several $1,000s a month that would help you eliminate the need to be able to have to hire somebody full-time to direct your marketing. Okay. So at the end of the day, you want to have a good, better, best. I was just talking to somebody that was just doing a car deal, starting a car detailing company. Said, what's your good, better, best package? What is it? And they broke it down. Okay, the basic level is this, the mid-level is this, and the highest level package is this. Okay, great. Then go let people know. Go talk to them. But go build some trust, then ask them which one they want. And it's important to note that we move at the speed of trust. Don't try to sell too quickly. However, with that in mind, we must ask for the sale. Right? I mean, don't forget to ask for the sale, ladies and gentlemen. This is like business 101. If you do a great job on the marketing end, you got all these leads coming in, we got to ask for the sale. I'm enjoying the training I'm receiving on the sales end of things. I'm a marketing coach, but I have coaches too. So we want to make sure that we're always learning, always growing, and ultimately building confidence and boldness to be able to ask for the sale. But only after the trust is built and a good fit is established. If it can truly benefit somebody, let them know. Look, these are the things I see how this would benefit you. So let's talk about which option is best for you. And if you're doing your homework every week, this week's homework is to really post your good, better, best in one of our social media pages. We have Facebook pages for our business owners. It's givermarketing.com/training. I'm sorry, givermarketing.com/group is for our business owners. You can also just search for us on Facebook under Giver Marketing, and you'll see a business owners page that you can become a member of, okay? givermarketing.com/the word group will take you directly to that page, okay? Well, good. Again, this is the Giver Marketing Blueprint. It's a proven strategy to increase your marketing return on investment. We're here for you. Your call to action today is to implement the branding, visibility, promotion, and conversion aspects of your business, evaluating those, improving on those, taking steps in a direction where your audience is going to be confident in working with you. The trust is being built, and then ultimately you can ask with boldness for the sale. Okay, we're glad to be able to walk you through more details on that. You can shoot us a note through one of those Facebook groups. Again, just go to Facebook, look up Giver Marketing, or you can Google Giver Marketing, and we'll come up all over the place. You can message us in multiple ways, multiple platforms, even through our website. You can schedule a follow-up appointment, a 10-minute phone call, so we can get to know each other a little bit better, okay? Again, givermarketing.com, or just Google Giver Marketing, and you'll be able to find us. I'm Timothy Morgan, founder and lead coach of Giver Marketing. Until next time, God bless you. Have a great week, and we'll see you next week, same time, same bat channel.